Hey everybody, so here's my battle plan for Book of War playtest episode number 3, and what you're going to see me bringing to the table tonight is an entirely all-horse army. So what I'm kind of trying to recreate here actually is what what in original D&D the composition for the nomad men units that show up on the Wandering Monster table outdoors looks like. They're all entirely on horses, so what I'm going to be bringing is this. I'm going to have 3 blocks of horse archers. I'm going to have 1 block of light horse and 1 block of medium horse to the extent that I could make the pricing work out on that. So this is not an army composition that I would recommend for a new player, actually. Oftentimes I see people come to play Book of War, and the very first time they see the horse archer units, and they go, that's really cool power that they have, and they pick that. And obviously the cool power that horse archers have in these war games classically is they can move, they can shoot, and then they can move again on the same turn, hopefully get out of defensive fire response, all in the same turn. If you've ever played the Steve Jackson Ogre game, the giant robot fighting game, it's the same as the power for the GEV hovercraft units. They can move, they can shoot, they can hopefully move back on the same turn. So very, very cool and very powerful if used properly. But I have seen new players get in trouble by not quite using it properly and getting trapped or gummed up or stuck in melee earlier than they wanted to, or maybe momentarily in the excitement forgetting that the whole point is to pull them out of range at the end of the turn. So I'm going to have to be careful about, trying to use my mobility with this army, which is its primary advantage, all on horses. I don't want to see a lot of cruddy terrain. I would like to see a mostly open tabletop, which would work in my favor. And if that's the case, I'm going to have to be really careful about trying to have those units of horse archers moving around, taking a shot, getting back out of range, and then simultaneously having my horse lancer units, particularly the light horses, trying to get around the back and at least for one turn get the rear attack bonus is what I'm hoping for. So a little bit tricky, honestly, to pull off. I don't want to get gummed up in bad terrain. I don't want to get pulled into, get stuck in melee too soon. So I hope I can pull it off. And I've seen a lot of other first-time players actually not pull that off successfully. Again, mostly what I'm trying to do here is take that original D&D encounter of several hundred nomads invading on horses and see if that pops up like in my original D&D game. Is that actually a powerful force to have on the table? Is it an effective force? That's kind of part of what I want to experiment here. And I've tried to make the percentages of my army match what's in the original D&D book as closely as possible for that. I'm actually the fact that I've got 1 unit of light horse and 1 unit of medium horse doesn't make me 100% happy. Just to have cognitive clarity, I was thinking about having 2 light horse blocks and then have them be, super fast to get around the back. Or I was considering having 2 medium horse blocks, maybe on both sides, and being able to get both of them into shot combat and rely on that a little bit more. But I'm going with the book. I have 1 of both. Maybe that'll give me additional flexibility. Hopefully I can get the medium horse in there for at least 1 shot combat while the light horse tries to get around the back, hopefully. And meanwhile, I've got all these horse archers around, and I don't want any one of those things to get jammed up or stuck on another unit or something like that. So I'm going to try to be careful, try to be clever. I hope I don't screw up too bad. And maybe this force will be effective. The main thing I don't want to see that I'm really worried about is if Isabelle brings a whole bunch of longbows and posts them on some hills. They've got better range than my horse archers. Getting my horses up on hills would really be a super drag. So that's the primary thing that I really don't want to see tonight. Other than that, hopefully this is a good force. A lot of mobility. Got to be kind of careful with it. A little bit of an advanced technique, I'm thinking here. And hopefully that works out for me this time. Breaking the tie.
Okay. Age-old question. What is better? A whole bunch of really cheap units or a handful of really expensive, super powerful, specialized units? So last week I took the elephants and I really liked it. Won the game, even though I made a huge mistake, which I am not going to do again. But anyway, This time I'm going to try a whole bunch of really cheap infantry and a whole bunch of really cheap ranged weapons. Um, and then we'll see what happens, what the terrain, is like, and what Dan's army is like. And we'll try to answer our question. What is better, a crapload of cheap units or not?